Beloved soul, welcome. I am so glad that you have found your way here today, because heaven has a word for you that is too powerful to ignore. The angels are saying, a billionaire wants you. This person does not want anyone else. They want you, and only you. Their eyes are fixed, their spirit is focused. And heaven is confirming what you may have already felt stirring deep within your heart. Before we begin, if this is your first time here, I warmly invite you to subscribe to the Angel's Whisper and turn on your notifications. Every message we share is divinely inspired, and it may be the exact encouragement your heart needs in this season. And as we start, I want you to take a bold step of faith. Go down into the comments and declare with power, I believe in God. These words open the atmosphere over your life, letting heaven know that your heart is receptive to the blessing about to be revealed. Now listen closely. The angels are saying that this billionaire is not just wealthy in material possessions. They are wealthy in influence, in vision, in resources, and in opportunities. But above all, their heart is rich with a desire for covenant. While the world may chase many, while others may live for empty attention, this person has confessed in their heart, they want you and only you. Proverbs 18:22 reminds us, he who finds a wife finds what is good and receives favor from the Lord. Beloved, this verse is not just about marriage, it is about the divine recognition of value. This billionaire has looked around the world. They have met many people, but their spirit has identified you as the one who carries the goodness they are searching for. And because their desire is aligned with God's plan, favor is about to rest on both of you. Type this in the comments. I am someone's God-given favor. The angels also want you to understand the depth of this desire. This person is surrounded by choices. With their wealth and influence, they could pursue anyone. But their soul is restless for you. They may have tried to ignore it, but their spirit keeps circling back. Last night, they may have whispered a prayer or admitted in silence, Lord, if this person is meant for me, align our paths. Isaiah 43:19 says, see, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Their prayer has already triggered a new thing. And heaven is orchestrating the steps that will bring you together. Type this in the comments. My divine connection is springing up now, beloved. Understand that their wealth is not the reason they are drawn to you. It is your spirit, your authenticity, your resilience, and your alignment with heaven that has marked you in their eyes. The angels say you carry a light that cannot be ignored. Matthew 5:14 says, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. They see that light in you. It shines brighter than money, status, or influence. Type this in the comments. My light is seen and honored. The angels reveal that this billionaire is not looking for someone to impress. They are looking for someone to trust. Trust is rare in their world. Many come near them for what they have, not for who they are. But you are different. You are not drawn to their possessions. You are drawn to their spirit. And because of this, heaven is aligning you as a safe place for their heart. Proverbs 31:11 says, the heart of her husband safely trusts her, and he will have no lack of gain. They see in you the trustworthiness their soul has been longing for. Type this in the comments. I am a safe place for true love. Beloved, I must tell you something even deeper. The angels say that what they want from you is not just romance, it is covenant purpose. This billionaire is aware, whether consciously or through divine nudges, that their influence and resources are meant to be used for more than themselves. And with you by their side, they feel their mission will come alive. You are not just a lover, they see you as a destiny partner. Ecclesiastes 4:12 says, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. They want the kind of union that is tied together with you and God. A bond that cannot be shaken. Type this in the comments. I am a destiny partner. Now hear this. The angels are saying that you may begin to sense shifts in your own spirit. You may feel waves of peace, bursts of expectancy, or even a holy restlessness that something is about to change. Do not dismiss these feelings. They are the echo of their confession. Your soulmate, your billionaire, has already confessed their desire in the spirit. And because of that, you are feeling the ripple of their longing. Psalm 42:7 declares, "Deep calls to deep in the roar of your waterfalls. All your waves and breakers have swept over me." Their deep desire is calling to the deep within you. Type this in the comments. Deep is calling to deep in my story. Beloved, let me give you wisdom here. Do not let doubt steal this word. Do not say, "But why would someone like that want me?" The truth is, God has already made you more than enough. Ephesians 2:10 says, "For we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." You are His masterpiece. And this billionaire is being drawn not to an image, but to the masterpiece of God's creation that you are. Type this in the comments. I am God's masterpiece. If this word is touching your spirit right now, pause for a moment. Like this video as your act of faith. That simple action says, "Lord, I believe." And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you can remain connected to every prophetic word that heaven is sending in this season. The angels say that you must also prepare your heart, because when this desire manifests, it will be overwhelming. You may wonder if it is real, you may fear it will fade, but trust this. God has aligned this person's heart, and their confession is sealed in heaven. Romans 8:28 reminds us, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose." This love is not an accident, it is part of God's purpose for your life. Type this in the comments. My love story is part of God's purpose. Beloved soul, now that you know this billionaire wants you and only you, the angels are revealing the signs you will notice as proof that their desire is real and divinely orchestrated. These signs are not random coincidences, they are heavenly confirmations designed to reassure you that God's hand is moving, and that this connection is far deeper than the surface. The first sign you will notice is unusual alignment in your daily life. Suddenly, small details will begin to line up in ways you can't explain. You may find yourself in the same places at the right time, or opportunities you never expected will pull you closer to where they are. You may even overhear conversations about them, or come across their name in ways that seem too frequent to be random. Psalm 37:23 says, "The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him." Your steps and their steps are being divinely directed toward each other. Type this in the comments. My steps are being divinely ordered. The second sign is divine communication. This person may begin to reach out to you in ways that feel sudden yet intentional. It may be a message, a call, or even a surprising encounter where they reveal parts of their heart. Their words will not feel shallow. They will carry weight and sincerity. Proverbs 16:24 says, "Gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones." When they speak, it will feel like healing to the parts of your soul that once doubted love. Type this in the comments. I receive words of love and healing. The third sign is dreams and inner visions. The angels may show you glimpses of this person in your dreams, seeing them smile at you, walking beside you, or confessing their love. These dreams are heaven's way of preparing your heart for what's coming. Job 33:15 says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls on people as they slumber in their beds, He may speak in their ears." Pay attention to the dreams that leave you with peace and clarity. Type this in the comments. I receive God's visions in my dreams. The fourth sign is a sense of peace that defies logic. You may begin to think about this person, and instead of fear or anxiety, you feel calm and settled. This peace will confirm that the connection is not worldly, but heavenly. Philippians 4:7 says, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." That supernatural peace is God's way of whispering, "Yes, this is my plan." Type this in the comments. I receive heaven's peace over my love story. The fifth sign is reminders of love through symbols and patterns. You may see hearts, doves, rings, or even repeated numbers like 1111 or 717. These are angelic nudges to keep your faith alive. Song of Solomon 2:11-12 says, "See, the winter is past. The rains are over and gone. Flowers appear on the earth. The season of singing has come." These little signs are proof that the season of waiting is giving way to the season of fulfillment. Type this in the comments. I recognize heaven's signs. The sixth sign is confirmation through others. Friends, mentors, or even strangers may unknowingly say things that affirm this connection. Someone may tell you, "You deserve someone powerful who truly sees your worth," or "Your love story will surprise everyone." These confirmations are not random. They are messages passed through others to build your faith. Hebrews 13:2 reminds us, "Do not forget to show hospitality to strangers, for by so doing some people have shown hospitality to angels without knowing it." Type this in the comments. Angels speak to me through confirmation. The seventh sign is a shift in your soulmate's courage. The billionaire who once hesitated or kept silent will begin to act with boldness. Fear will fade and their actions will become intentional. Joshua 1-9 declares, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Heaven is strengthening them to move beyond hesitation and step into action. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is filled with divine courage. The eighth sign is joy bubbling within your spirit. Even before the full manifestation, you will feel joy returning in ways you haven't felt for years. That joy is heaven's confirmation that the confession is real and the covenant is near. Psalm 30:5 says, "Weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning." The morning of your love story is breaking, and joy is the first evidence of dawn. Type this in the comments. My morning of joy has come. Beloved, these signs are heaven's gentle way of saying, do not doubt, do not fear. This person's desire for you is not just emotional, it is spiritual, and it has been heard in heaven. As you begin to notice these confirmations, let your heart rest. God has already aligned the confession with the manifestation, and your role is simply to stay ready, to stay faithful, and to stay expectant. If this message is speaking to your heart, pause now and like this video as an act of faith. Let it be your public sign to heaven, I believe. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you can continue to walk in divine alignment with every new word heaven sends. Seal this portion with your declaration in the comments. I see the signs of my promise. Beloved soul, the angels are saying something very important right now. Preparation is everything. When God aligns you with someone who carries great influence, such as this billionaire soulmate who desires you and only you, it is not enough to simply receive the blessing, you must also be ready to sustain it. Many are unprepared when their breakthrough arrives, and as a result, they struggle to carry what heaven has entrusted to them. But you will be different. You are being equipped in this very moment. The first area of preparation is your heart. You must allow God to heal the hidden wounds of the past. Perhaps you have faced rejection, betrayal, or seasons where love felt like it slipped through your fingers. But now is the time to release those old burdens. Isaiah 43:18-19 reminds us, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. If you cling to the pain of yesterday, it will cloud your vision of tomorrow. Beloved, Release the pain and make room for the new. Type this in the comments. I release the past to embrace my new love. The second area of preparation is your identity. You must see yourself the way God sees you. The temptation will come to doubt your worth, to ask, why would someone with so much want me? But that mindset does not come from heaven, it comes from fear. Remember Ephesians 2:10, for we are God's masterpiece, created in Christ Jesus to do good works. You are not a second choice. You are not unworthy. You are a masterpiece. This billionaire sees in you what God has already designed: purity, purpose, and destiny. Type this in the comments. I am God's masterpiece, worthy of true love. The third area of preparation is your faith. A relationship built on covenant requires faith as its foundation. When challenges arise, it will not be wealth that sustains you, it will be your faith in God. Hebrews 11:1 says, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Faith will help you believe in their love even when distance, distractions, or doubts try to creep in. Faith will keep you anchored when the enemy tries to shake what God has built. Type this in the comments. My love story is rooted in faith. The fourth area of preparation is your wisdom. Walking with someone of great influence requires discernment. Many will have opinions, some may be jealous, and others may try to sow doubt. But you must walk in wisdom, guided by the Spirit, so you don't allow outside voices to dictate your heart. James 1:5 says, if any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Ask for wisdom daily, and heaven will equip you with insight to navigate every step. Type this in the comments. I walk in God's wisdom. The fifth area of preparation is your humility. Wealth and influence can attract attention, but remember, what sets you apart is your humility. This person desires you not because you chase after what they have, but because you carry the rare spirit of humility and grace. Proverbs 22:4 says, humility is the fear of the Lord. Its wages are riches and honor and life. True humility will not diminish you, it will elevate you in God's timing and secure your place in their heart. Type this in the comments. My humility is my strength. The sixth area of preparation is your vision. God is not bringing this person into your life for romance alone. Together, you are meant to create, build, and impact lives. This union carries kingdom purpose. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. Start writing your vision now. What kind of family you desire, what legacy you want to leave, and how you want to serve God together. This vision will guide you when emotions try to distract you. Type this in the comments. My union carries a kingdom vision. The seventh area of preparation is your prayer life. Nothing sustains a covenant like prayer. Prayer will be the shield that protects your love from attacks. It will be the fuel that keeps your passion pure and holy. It will be the anchor when storms try to shake your union. Philippians 4:6-7 tells us, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Prayer is your greatest preparation. Type this in the comments. My love story is sealed in prayer. And finally, beloved, the eighth area of preparation is your peace. Do not rush, do not strive, do not panic. God's timing is perfect. When He aligns two hearts, nothing can stand in the way. Psalm 46:10 says, be still, and know that I am God. Your peace is proof that you trust Him, even when you don't see the full picture yet. Remain calm, because heaven has already declared that this billionaire wants you. And only you. Type this in the comments. I trust God's perfect timing. Beloved, Preparation is not about changing who you are. It is about stepping into the fullness of who God created you to be. You don't need to chase, you don't need to prove, you don't need to compete. You simply need to align, prepare, and trust. Heaven is already working out the details. If this word is stirring your spirit right now, pause and like this video as your step of agreement. Share it with someone who needs hope. And remember, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so you can remain connected to every divine message that keeps your heart prepared for what heaven is about to deliver. Seal this portion with the words, I am prepared for my God-ordained union. Beloved soul, the angels are now revealing something profound. While you are preparing in the spirit, your billionaire soulmate is also taking actions behind the scenes that confirm their love is real and directed toward you and only you. These actions may not be visible to the public yet, but heaven sees them, and in time, so will you. The first action they are taking is pruning relationships. Someone with great influence often has many people surrounding them, business associates, admirers, and even distractions. But in their heart, they are quietly making choices that clear the way for you. They are stepping away from shallow connections, distancing themselves from people who don't align with their spirit, and prioritizing their inner circle. John 15:2 says, He cuts off every branch in me that bears no fruit, while every branch that does bear fruit, He prunes so that it will be even more fruitful. Their pruning is proof they are preparing room for covenant love. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is cutting away distractions. The second action they are taking is seeking divine confirmation. While they may be wealthy and influential, they are not relying solely on human wisdom. In quiet moments, they are asking God for clarity. They may not use religious words, but their spirit is calling out, Lord, is this the one? Show me the signs. Matthew 7:7 reminds us, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. They are seeking, and heaven is confirming. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is seeking God about me. The third action is restructuring their priorities. Once, their schedule may have been filled with endless work, parties, or travel, but something inside them is shifting. They are beginning to crave stability, intimacy, and depth. What used to excite them no longer satisfies them. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. They are entering a new season where their priority is not success alone, but covenant love. Type this in the comments. My soulmate's priorities are shifting toward me. The fourth action is investing in their inner growth. Don't think of them only as someone with material wealth. They are also working on their heart. They may be reading books about love, listening to mentors, or reflecting deeply on past mistakes. They want to come to you whole, not broken. Proverbs 4:23 says, Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. They are intentionally guarding their heart so they can give it to you without residue of the past. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is preparing their heart for me. The fifth action is making quiet sacrifices. Even before you know it, they are rearranging parts of their life to accommodate you. It could be decisions about where to live, what to commit to, or even what lifestyle to let go of. These sacrifices may not be obvious to the world, but they are acts of love in the making. John 15:13 says, Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. They are preparing to lay down distractions, comforts, and even habits, because they want a future with you. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is making sacrifices for our love. The sixth action is confessing their heart privately. This is one of the clearest proofs. They may have spoken about you to a close friend, a mentor, or even in prayer. Though they may not have said it to you yet, heaven has recorded their words. Romans 10:10 reminds us, For it is with your heart that you believe and are justified, and it is with your mouth that you profess your faith and are saved. Their confession has power, and it is pulling you both into alignment. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is confessing their love for me. The seventh action is rearranging their vision for the future. Perhaps once they imagined a life filled with material gain alone, but now they are sketching a vision that includes you. They see not just wealth, but family. Not just influence, but intimacy. Not just a mansion, but a home. Habakkuk 2-3 declares, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." Their vision now includes you, and it is waiting for the appointed time. Type this in the comments. My soulmate's future vision includes me. The eighth action is choosing courage over fear. For so long, they may have hesitated. They may have feared rejection or worried about whether you would accept them beyond their wealth. But now, courage is rising in them. They are building the strength to step out and reveal their heart. 2 Timothy 1-7 says, "For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline." That spirit is stirring within them right now, making them bold enough to step toward you. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is gaining courage to pursue me. Beloved, these hidden actions are heaven's proof that your love story is already in motion. Though you may not see it all yet, trust that behind the curtain of the natural, God is arranging the details. Your billionaire soulmate is not idly waiting. They are actively preparing, confessing, and aligning their life for you. If this resonates in your spirit, pause and like this video as your prophetic agreement. And if you haven't subscribed to the Angel's Whisper, do so now. Because every message is a step closer to understanding how heaven is unfolding your covenant love story. Seal this section with your declaration. My soulmate is already acting in love toward me. Beloved soul, the angels are now lifting the veil on something crucial. God is not only aligning your billionaire soulmate with you, He is also protecting this union from every form of interference. When heaven ordains a covenant, the enemy often tries to stir jealousy, fear, or obstacles to prevent it from manifesting. But hear this clearly. What God has sealed, no power of darkness can steal. The first way God protects your union is by exposing hidden intentions around you. You may begin to notice that certain people fall away, not because you pushed them, but because heaven is clearing the path. These individuals may have carried jealousy, envy, or distraction, and God removes them so they cannot interfere with your blessing. Psalm 91:10-11 declares, "No harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For He will command His angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." Even when you don't see it, angels are working to guard your heart and your future. Type this in the comments. Angels are removing every jealous voice from my story. The second way God protects is by covering your love story in divine secrecy until the right time. Not everyone needs to know every detail of your union in the early stages. God shields it from gossip, from mockery, and from premature exposure. Ecclesiastes 3-7 says, "A time to be silent and a time to speak. Until it is time, heaven keeps your story veiled, safe from unnecessary attacks." This is why you may sense things are quiet now, but trust, it is a holy silence. Type this in the comments. My union is covered in God's holy secrecy. The third way God protects is through divine timing. Many of us want things to happen instantly, but heaven knows that rushing can expose you to harm. Instead, God delays certain steps until both you and your soulmate are fully ready. Habakkuk 2-3 declares, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time. It speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay." The timing is not punishment, it is protection. Type this in the comments. I trust God's perfect timing. The fourth protection comes through strengthening your discernment. God is sharpening your ability to recognize truth from lies, covenant from counterfeit. When imitators arise, those who pretend to love but only seek benefit, you will sense unease. John 10:27 says, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." Heaven is training your ear to hear God's voice clearly. So no counterfeit can deceive you. Type this in the comments. My spirit discerns the real from the counterfeit. The fifth protection is blocking harmful assignments. Sometimes the enemy stirs obstacles, financial setbacks, miscommunication, or even distractions to derail your progress. But God already foresaw these attempts, and He has placed barriers against them. Isaiah 54:17 declares, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you." Beloved, weapons may form, but they will never prosper. Type this in the comments. Nitrogen monoxide weapon formed against my union shall prosper. The sixth protection is replacing fear with peace. The enemy often tries to plant thoughts like, "You're not good enough," or "This is too good to be true." But God answers fear with peace. Philippians 4:7 assures us, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." Peace will be your shield, reminding you that what is from God cannot be stolen. Type this in the comments. God's peace is my shield. The seventh protection is surrounding you with intercessors. Some of you will find that friends, mentors, or even strangers suddenly start praying for you or speaking life over your situation. These intercessors are God's way of creating a hedge of prayer around your love story. James 5:16 declares, "The prayer of a righteous person is powerful and effective." You are not alone. Heaven is raising voices to cover you. Type this in the comments. My union is covered by prayer warriors. The eighth protection is sealing your soulmate with courage to withstand pressure. Because of their wealth and influence, many will have opinions about who they should love. But heaven is strengthening their heart so they are not swayed. Joshua 1:09 commands, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." They will stand firm, declaring boldly that they want you and only you. Type this in the comments. My soulmate is strengthened to choose me boldly. Beloved, heaven wants you to rest in this truth. Nothing can stop what God has ordained. Jealousy cannot block it. Delay cannot erase it. Attacks cannot destroy it. What belongs to you is sealed with heaven's stamp. If this resonates with your spirit, pause and like this video as your faith agreement. And remember, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper to keep receiving these divine messages that confirm, protect, and prepare you for your love story. Seal this word in the comments with bold faith. My union is protected by heaven. Beloved soul, the angels are now speaking about the moment you have been waiting for, the public revelation. Up until now, much of what your billionaire soulmate has been hidden silent prayers, quiet sacrifices, unseen preparations. But there comes a time when love can no longer remain a secret. There comes a moment when what has been whispered in the night must be declared in the light. And heaven is saying, that moment is drawing near. The first sign that their public revelation is coming is a shift in their communication. Suddenly, their words to you will carry a deeper level of vulnerability. They will speak not only about daily matters but about their heart, their dreams, and their feelings. Their tone will become consistent and clear, as if they are preparing you for what they will soon announce openly. Proverbs 16:23 says, "The hearts of the wise make their mouths prudent, and their lips promote instruction." Their words will prepare you before their actions reveal the rest. Type this in the comments. My soulmate's words are preparing me for revelation. The second sign is an increase in public closeness. Perhaps they once kept things subtle, but now you may notice them making their affection visible, whether in small gestures, in photos, or in how they mention you in conversations. What they once guarded quietly will now shine openly. Matthew 5:15 reminds us, "Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house." Their love for you is that lamp, and they will place it on a stand for all to see. Type this in the comments. My love will be put on display. The third sign is protection through acknowledgement. When they speak publicly, they will do so with honor. They will protect your name, your image, and your place in their life. Instead of fear of criticism, they will stand boldly, letting others know that you are their choice. Isaiah 41:10 says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you." Heaven is strengthening them to cover you with honor before others. Type this in the comments. I will be honored in love. The fourth sign is increased intentional actions. They may plan something significant, an event, a gesture, or even a symbolic step that says, "This is my person." These will not be random acts but intentional choices to publicly align themselves with you. Ruth 3:11 echoes this. "And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character." Their actions will make it undeniable to others who you are in their life. Type this in the comments. My love will be sealed with actions. The fifth sign is confirmation through peace in your spirit. Before they make the announcement, you will feel an unshakable calm in your heart. The Spirit will whisper to you, "It is time." Even if the moment surprises others, it will not surprise you. John 14:27 assures us, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give you. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." Peace will be your confirmation. Type this in the comments. I will recognize my love through God's peace. The sixth sign is opposition rising briefly before breakthrough. Sometimes just before a major revelation, resistance appears. There may be whispers, doubts, or even external voices trying to confuse. But this is not a sign of defeat, it is proof that breakthrough is near. 1 Corinthians 16:9 says, "Because a great door for effective work is opened to me, and there are many who oppose me." When you notice the resistance, smile, because it means the door is about to swing wide open. Type this in the comments. I will not be moved by opposition. The seventh sign is a prophetic shift in how they prioritize you. You will notice them making room for you in their schedule, their plans, and even their conversations about the future. This is their way of signaling that they are ready to make their love undeniable. Amos 3:3 asks, "Do two walk together unless they have agreed to do so?" Their actions will confirm that they have agreed in their heart to walk life with you. Type this in the comments. My love will prioritize me with purpose. The eighth sign is the announcement itself. It may come in a heartfelt conversation with family, a bold post online, or a visible gesture in public. However it comes, it will be undeniable. They will confess not just privately but before others, "This is the one I love. This is the one I choose." Romans 1:16 says, "For I am not ashamed of the gospel, because it is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes." In the same way, they will not be ashamed of their love for you, and their public revelation will stun those around you. Type this in the comments. My love will confess me openly. Beloved, when this revelation comes, do not shrink back. Receive it with grace, humility, and faith. Your role is not to prove yourself, but to stand in the confidence that God has already prepared you for this. The angels say, when the confession is made public, the covenant is already sealed in heaven. If this is resonating with you, pause now, like this video, and declare in the comments, I am ready for public revelation. And remember, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper so that every message can prepare your heart for the fullness of your love story. Asterisk, beloved soul. As we bring this divine message to its holy conclusion, let the words of heaven settle deeply into your spirit. What was once whispered in secret will soon be shouted from the rooftops. Your billionaire soulmate's confession is not just an emotional moment, it is a covenant in motion. God has already sealed your love in the spirit, and no force, no jealousy, no obstacle can undo what heaven has ordained. The wisdom for you today is this: do not walk in fear when your story begins to unfold before others. Some will wonder, some will doubt, some will even envy. But remember, their opinions are not your portion. Your portion is the peace, joy, and covenant that God Himself has assigned to you. Proverbs 19:21 reminds us, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Beloved, this love is God's purpose, and His purpose cannot fail. The players in this divine love story are clear: your soulmate and the God who brought you together. Others may appear around the edges, but they are not the authors of your story. Heaven alone is writing this chapter, and you are the chosen ones within it. Walk in the assurance that you are not just living a romance. You are walking in a testimony that will inspire many. Now I ask you, as players in this unfolding story, to declare your faith one last time. At the beginning, you typed, "I believe in God." Along the way, you boldly declared, "My soulmate's confession is real." And now as we close, let your final seal be these powerful words in the comments: "Blessed and ready." This is your agreement with heaven, your signature on the covenant, your way of saying, "Lord, I receive what you have aligned for me." If this message has stirred your heart, pause right now and like this video as your act of faith. Share it with someone who needs hope. And if you have not yet, subscribe to the Angel's Whisper to remain connected to the flow of prophetic words, wisdom, and comfort that heaven continues to pour out in this season. Beloved, never forget this: your story is not just about love, it is about God's glory. The secret revealed last night was only the beginning. The public confession will be the next step, and the covenant that follows will be the testimony of God's faithfulness in your life. Hold on, trust Him, and prepare your heart, because the angels are already whispering. It is closer than you think.